Greetings. What's up? I can't even do it. What's up, everybody? I'm Chris.
I'm Big Los.
And guest appearing is Sushi. This is the CTE, and this is going to be an experience for all of us.
Yes.
So, Jeff, real quick, other than the fact that we are sponsored by the Virtual Fight Tour, ladies and
Yes,
gentlemen.
sir.
We are. Just had their Virtual Fight Tour Last Man Standing this weekend. So we will get to all that in just a little bit. Jeff, do you have any of, or the reason why our friend has sent you in and tagged you in as if this was tag team sparring?
He just said that he was on a flight and that he wouldn't land until 9. So I don't know where. Now I know that he was at a Hawks game, I believe, or that might have been last week because that was during Wednesday during our show. That's where he was. He was on.
Right.
He was at a
Monday.
Hawks
He was in Atlanta with us, or he was not with me, but he was in Atlanta Monday for our show as well. Yeah.
Okay, so it might have been he was there for the whole week and then coming back.
Maybe.
Hey, Chris, just out of curiosity, we do have a chat that we're all in, right?
We do.
Chris,
we have a group chat. I mean, we have a chat that you and I are in with him.
Yeah.
And then there's a group where everybody's in.
And no one really got that, right?
I never.
Listen, I believe that when we know we're not going to be on the show, we give the common courtesy of letting us all
heads
know.
Up, like, hey, my man, I got stuff to do. What do you think? Right.
Did Travis tell y'all that I was going to be here?
Travis ain't no.
Oh, wow. All right.
I found out that you were going to be on the show when you sent the link.
Yeah, the link. Okay.
Yeah.
That's when I found out. And I found out behind y'all because Los had already responded, and I was like, no, I didn't know.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's what I assumed when I saw that, right? But I was just like, hey, what's up with the director? Like, the director doesn't fill the rest of his team in, like, you know what I mean? Like, he just goes to another executive board person and has that person just kind of, hey, I'm here for him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because me and Chris don't have access at all, so it's
no, we've got none. We're not right.
Yeah, I understand.
We're not responsible enough, right? So we wouldn't start on time,
or we're not tech savvy enough. Either way, it's one of the two, and I'm not sure which one it is. I think both of them for me.
At least you guys have 3 people, because again, if I can't make the show, I'm the one running it, for Inside Scoop, and I totally forgot. I was like, I almost couldn't make it, and I was like, oh wait, Alex can't run the show, so I'm gonna have to be on the show.
See, well, you know what, bud? That's the many hats that you wear.
That's right.
That's exactly what it is.
I took that responsibility. I did the show, and I went to bed, and I woke up at 1:30, and then drove to the airport to fly to Pan Am's.
Oh man.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's committed, brother. I appreciate it.
We appreciate you, and the sport karate community appreciates you.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh,
all right. So, Mr. Los, how was your weekend, my friend?
Yes.
My weekend was pretty good, man. We had my son's first college visit, man. It was pretty cool. It's kind of a surreal moment, right? I mean, my little man, my first one, kind of growing up, and all of a sudden we walk around college campuses. So this is pretty cool. It's one of those things you just never. I never experienced it as a youth myself, going from high school, whatever, right? So to have him be able to go through it, and then for me and his mom to be in a good enough relationship where we can kind of do it together, it was kind of cool. Just kind of experience that. So really cool. Pretty much it, man. That was it. Everything else was pretty laid back.
Awesome. Cool, man.
Yeah, man, that needs to be talked about more too. Is like what you just said, you and his mom to be in a good enough relationship to do that kind of stuff together.
Buddy, that is it.
It's man, that's I know I deal with that with my relationship, and that's tough, with
what, man, honestly, it wasn't always like that though, brother. It was a lot of it was a lot of healing, right? A lot of understanding of each other's, place and what
growth
we do.
And places, right?
Growth, right? And then the common goal is our children, right? To make sure that we are being our best, whether it be me on my end and her on her end, for them, and together it comes together to provide for them the best that we possibly can. So it works out really good, man. It's good. It took a while. It took a while, but we're there now, and we still have our moments, but we're there now.
That's awesome. Now, how far? I was trying to ask you before, but my microphone wasn't working.
Yeah.
Before the show, how far away is the college y'all went to?
Like 2 hours. Both of them are one is like 2,
Okay.
and the other one's gonna be like 2.5. So we go see Niagara on this Saturday coming up.
Right.
That's like Niagara Falls area.
Okay, and that's a good little. You know what? That's a good sweet spot, I think, man. That
Far enough, not too far.
Yeah,
Yep.
That's what I did, and it worked out for me. It was surprising for me because I told everyone I was getting away from here.
Yeah,
getting far away, and then I ended up staying.
My wife works for the university here too, right? So like this is like our first child that we're gonna be able to have go through and be able to have the actual perks and benefits of her sacrifice as well, right? Because she's been there for so long. And ideally my son James is the first one to have that opportunity. So that's pretty cool too, because it helps with college tuition for him. He wants to play baseball, so it's like D3 schools. So, he's like, I just want to be able to just at least play. So that's what he's doing too. So he's hoping to do.
Awesome.
But how was your weekend, Chris?
Man, mine was pretty chill.
Choke anybody out?
A little bit. One of our guys, I forgot, I can't promote anybody up to the same rank as me, right? Like that's just how that works in jiu-jitsu and as well karate as well as jiu-jitsu. So we had our instructor come out and promote a guy who transferred over from another school, has been with us about a year now, to a brown belt. So it's just not the same rank as us. He's a problem anyway. He's 6'8", 260 pounds, I think.
Yeah.
So and now he's the same belt as me. So that's fun.
Wow.
But yeah, no. So we got to kick it and celebrate him, and then I got to watch the fights. I got to watch the UFC fights.
Oh man, I wish I'd have bet,
bro.
My gut told me to bet against Izzy because I felt like he hadn't fought well the last few fights I watched him fight. You know what I mean? And I knew you get somebody that really trying to get you,
and who's already got you.
Yeah, they're gonna come get you, you know what I mean? So. I wish I would have betted against him, man. I wish I'd have bet against him, and I wish I'd have bet against Nunes, because I felt like she hadn't been fighting well either. Until her last fight with that girl, and the girl beat her. Because I just felt her focus was off. She had a child. She was kind of going through all the other stuff that she was going through just as a regular person.
Sometimes you got to go with that gut, baby.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna do
that.
I
know when you do, sometimes it works out real well for you.
So, yeah, that'd have been great.
That was good. That was a good one. Yeah.
But Jeff, how was your weekend, brother?
Jeff was busy.
I was busy. I was at Pan Am's. I went to the tournament. So how'd that go? I was competing, I was coaching, and
at one point you said you was gonna do everything. You was gonna do open weight, you was gonna do point fighting, you was gonna do hey, listen, up. Just hurricane.
Listen, there was 3 people signed up. I would have done everything myself.
All right, let's get into that just for a second. When people hear there's going to be a hurricane in Florida, they think the whole Florida, they think Florida's just this little thing. And are you okay? Man, I got there. It was 80 degrees. It was sunny. It was great. Beautiful. It was awesome.
It was Miami.
It wasn't even raining. It didn't rain until Saturday of the tournament. So it was just so funny. Everyone's freaking out. No, and even one of my teammates wasn't allowed to go because he's in the Army. And so when he went and said, hey, he had to reveal to them that he's not what was going on, that there may be a storm in the area. And the Army's like, nope, you can't go. They're not putting their investment in harm's way. So he missed it, and for nothing, you know what I'm saying? And even our owner, he lives about 2 hours from there, and he was all freaking out. No, when it gets bad, it gets bad. And I wouldn't come. And I'm like, listen, I don't think it's going to be that bad. So
he was like, I'm going anyway.
Yeah, I'm going anyway.
My flights don't get canceled. Jeff, I'm going.
It was a tropical storm, right?
Yeah. It was a tropical storm.
I don't see what the hubbub is.
Yeah.
Category 3, maybe 2, 3, maybe. We're
It was a 1, right? It was a category 1. Yeah, even the hurricane was
30
1.
seconds.
Yeah, and there was one little area that got hit real bad. And I'm not like trying to minimize that.
No. We never minimize that. But like when I'm looking at the chances of a hurricane versus last hurricane that came in, what was it? The one at the beginning of the year that came in at a 5,
right?
4 or 5. That's a problem. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Pack your stuff, board your stuff up, and skedaddle. That's a problem.
Yeah.
Tropical storms in category 1s, that's maybe board up your windows depending on how far outland you are, and then put your lawn chairs in the pool so they don't like scurry around and hit stuff, like you little things
in the pool.
In the pool so they don't fly away. You're not flying away from it.
Just that's Florida stuff that I've never had to deal with.
Yeah,
so,
I never heard that before either.
Yeah. Throw your stuff in the pool.
Inside the pool.
Throw your people in the pool.
No, not the peoples. You put them inside with the plywood on the outside of the windows.
Yeah. Oh man.
3 and up.
Awesome. Well, but yeah, so it was a good weekend overall.
How'd you do?
I competed. I got some second places in my 30+ divisions. I kept my streak going though in men's Korean and won that again for I don't know how many years now, but yeah.
What you run in the division?
I stuck with OG this weekend and focused on that and doing the performance and keeping my intensity and everything. And I felt like I did one of my best performances in a long time for the overall grands. But I got second, so
right.
That's all I'll say.
Second in all grands.
Yeah.
There's second. Right. I thought there was just a winner and non-winner.
Yeah. All right, I'll hush. Yes, there's just a winner. I lost overall grands.
Okay, that's there you go. You can't say I got second in the grands. There's no such thing as second in the grands.
What's weird is that
you don't, Jeffrey.
What's weird, and I think why people say that now is because NASCA, you actually send in points for that.
Oh, for a grand second or not?
Yeah. So like you get points for getting runner up. You get point. Yeah, like I think like
runner up.
Yeah. So the person that I think may get the title for overall grand winner, I don't think ever won an overall grand, but went to all the tournaments and got runner up or third in most of them. Yeah.
It's kind of like the division too, right? You take third place.
Yeah, that happens a lot because the other people don't send in points.
Yeah, because I think I'll end up like second, and the only reason why I do my points is so that way I have a seat. But
so you have the seat.
So I have a seat.
So I'm keeping it real.
Yeah, I'm just being real. I mean, just to have a seat. I don't necessarily need a title, so it's fine.
Right.
Not really caring about that. I just want to win grands. That's my thing. So.
See the fighting?
I didn't this weekend. No, I didn't do that this weekend. It was running the same time as Korean, so that was my main focus. So.
Yeah, I got you.
But you know how it is. We were talking about this and before, and it's like when you get to a certain level in the sport, you start focusing on what's your focus or even like your money thing. It's like, and even Ross and I talked about that of me like not doing as many divisions next year, and just, I mean, especially at this age, I turned 39 next year. I want to, I mean, actually next month, I'm sorry. If I want to keep doing this for a couple more years.
You about to be 39, dude. You on the cusp of 40. Who ever thought that?
I know.
Man.
I know.
Shut up, Los.
I'm just saying, like, that's crazy.
Yeah. So, you focus on that. I'll do fighting and most other, at other events and stuff, but certain big ones that I want to, focus on, it's the same thing. Like you're not going to go and do forms or fighting right next to net. If you had to, if they were going the same time, you'd probably choose fighting, right, Los? Like that would be your thing.
Yeah.
Forms.
Listen, Los is good at forms, okay?
Honestly though,
I'm aware.
Honest, Jeff, like forms used to wear me out more than actually fighting, man.
I know.
Yes.
Like
full body,
just all the concentration and just all like the explosive, like everything you had to do. Like it was so not as relaxing as fighting was for me. Like I always felt like afterwards I was more sore, I felt, from forms than I was from fighting.
Correct. Yes, and if I had to fight right after I do a form, especially if I do a traditional form for me, it's
It's
like
rough. That was rough.
Yeah.
That was always
Yeah.
the roughest thing because
you're holding
traditional forms are
techniques, you're
last.
holding- yeah.
Yeah. And it's
And
last
it's
right
really
before
hard.
fighting. That's
Yep.
like the last men's division for forms before fighting, creative forms. But like, yeah, it sucked.
And see,
I
the other
hated doing
problem
them
is,
back and
listen, they have us fighting at 8 a.m. Okay.
Oh, for 30 plus, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
man, this no.
That's like backwards too. I mean, you also don't want to do that either. You want to be going fight, and then like, okay, 4 hours later, you got to do a forum. It's like,
Yeah, and that's what I would have to do. And it's just like,
Yeah.
all right, let me just focus. So, but it was cool, man. Saw a lot of different people that I hadn't seen in a long time. You know, Peter Lande was there.
Yeah.
You know, was a former Team Elite member with me and Jesse. So got to see Jesse.
I
Got
saw that. That was a
good
picture you
talk.
guys had.
Yeah.
What was that?
That was the picture you guys had, right?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
And then got to talk and hang out a lot with Marcel
That's
Jones. And
cool.
also
Marcel was there.
Reed Presley was there. Reed Presley, man. I guess I shouldn't say this, but he was getting the itch, dude. I think he was like wanting to get back out there. I don't know if he will, but I think he definitely has that martial arts itch. So it was cool to see.
That's what's up. That's cool.
C-Walk, what you got for the fighting, man? I know you got the lay down, the low down, or the.
Oh man, I wish I would have paid a little bit more attention on Friday of like how many people were. I think they said there was like 20, ended up being like 20 people, 22 people in the open weight division.
Yeah,
right?
I think it was 22. They had to take out like what they did. They moved the top 4 seeds out and broke it down. So they had like 19, and then they had 4 others. So I guess that would be 25.
Oh yeah. So okay.
Yeah. So
Wow,
they had a good amount on that. They had 9. They had more entered. So here's the deal: about 100 people were registered, but weren't able to make it,
Okay.
either due to things
Their
like
flights
that,
or travel
or
or
stuff.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of those.
Wait. 100 people registered for open weight.
No. At the tournament.
Tournament overall, yeah. So in some of the divisions, like for our creative division for 30 plus, there were supposed to be 9 people. 4 didn't show up, but they were registered and paid. So there's different things like that, and a lot of those were the guys that were from other countries, like Venezuela or other places that usually come, like Guatemala and stuff. So yeah. So there was 9 in the women's and 20, around a little over 20 for men's. So
awesome.
Yep.
And that came down to who? John Cortolo and Cam, right?
Yeah. So they fought that down to the top 2, and then they went into the finals.
Man, I wish I would have had my shirt. John was on fire this weekend.
John was on fire, man.
John was on fire. That's good to see. I like John.
Yeah, so I'm trying to remember who was the last fight he had. Oh man, I can't remember. But to get in the finals, yeah, I mean he went through everybody went through like awesome competitors, you know, to get there. You know, Christian, was that the video I tried to send you guys? I think it was Christian lost to Cam.
Yeah.
Or maybe that was Luis.
The little bitty video.
The little tiny one.
I don't know how it didn't look like it was little bitty on my phone. Okay, so I don't know what. That's crazy that I did that. But
you got a Droid or iPhone?
I have an iPhone.
Oh, okay.
Listen,
because everybody, a lot of people in our group got Droid, so that might be the problem.
Yes, that might have been why I messed it up. Yeah. So, anyways, Luis Nunez and Cam went to overtime, 6-5, or sudden death. That was a really good fight. One of the things that fight made me actually kind of appreciate was the 2-point body kick. Only reason why is because I don't see another way of Luis making that fight as close without that. Just because of the height difference, right? Is that fair? I don't know, but that's one of the things that, but at the same time,
no.
But Cam can do a hip kick to you, but to Luis, that's a head kick. So it's one of those things. I don't know, so that's an interesting thing.
No.
So? Roman and Robbie.
Yeah, well, because he was shorter, he should have had a 2-point kick.
No, because Robbie spin hook kicked Roman in the face. So I don't want to hear.
True. Hey, that's fine. I'm just wondering. It's different. Oh, look who's here.
Yo, y'all talking about?
Oh, this dude.
This guy.
Oh, this
This
guy.
guy.
Oh,
He
man.
looks like, hey,
You know what, Trav? You got to go back and rewind it to the beginning, brother. You got some choice words for you.
I mean, you know, stuff happens. You know what I mean? I thought I was gonna get here in time, but I looked at that and I saw that my plane didn't land until 8 o'clock. I was like,
yeah.
And then I land. But here's the thing: I landed at 7:30.
Oh, you landed at 7:30?
I landed at 7:30, and I was trying to get here
and waiting and driving and
it just took forever. We just sat there on the runway because we were early. So we just sat there till about 7:50. Then we got off, and then I got my bags, and then my Lyft driver got lost. She was trying to come in, and she just didn't know where to pick me up at. So that added another 10, 15 minutes. And but yeah, that's
listen.
fine.
I mean, I appreciate you here, brother. But you know, if you want to go kind of behind the scenes, because me, Chris, and Jeff was just crushing it right now. I mean, you just kind of come in and just kind of threw our whole vibe off.
Man, messing up my feng shui.
I want to hear what's going on, so I'm just gonna be quiet. I'm gonna mute myself.
We was already caught in our groove and stuff. And you just pop right in. You know
I'm gonna shut up then. I'm just gonna be quiet. I'm gonna mute myself.
I want to hear
because I didn't watch
what happened down in Miami.
I actually had to shoot the check because I had no idea. I didn't watch anything that happened this weekend, so I was like, okay, yeah, let me just
That's what we was kind of talking about. Jeff feels the 2-point body kick is good for short people, and it should only be when you're fighting a taller person that you get 2-point body kick.
Not always. No. But I'm just saying, just in that.
Wait, Trav, you heard me say not always.
Yeah, wait a minute. This sounds prejudice against tall people. What is happening right now?
What I'm saying though is that
it's already prejudice against us short people, man, because your breakfast can reach us easy. That's hard.
God was prejudiced against y'all, not us. We didn't have nothing to do with that. That was God.
So do your side and get 1 point.
All right, that's fine.
If I do a jumping kick to the body, can I get 2?
No, you can't.
Because half the time I need a flying sidekick to hit when you travel Los in the body.
That's true. I think so. I think I do.
Think so. Here's the misconception: is that in order for me to hit you,
I know you have to drop down.
What you say? Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I'm trying to. You don't get 2 points for that.
Listen,
I would agree with you, Los.
I
agree with you. No, 1-point body kicks.
Yeah. No, I'm saying that too. Like I like 1-point body kicks. But that's the only time where it kind of made me think, what would this fight look like if there was 1-point body kicks? You know, maybe it wouldn't be as close. But I think
definitely a 3-point swing.
But in that style, Luis always and has been giving Cam good fights. So that was
because of the 2-point body kick.
I don't know if it's necessarily because of the 2-point body kick, but
there was a lot of fighters that were considered great fighters because of 2-point body kicks.
Well, there's a lot of great fighters that are considered great fighters in Europe because of the front hand of the body. So,
yeah,
I mean,
I just want to say
Oh, you muted yourself. What'd you say?
I was just going to say that I'm looking at myself and I understand what was happening this weekend. But no, good, keep going.
Oh wow!
You understand?
I'm very.
You're looking at yourself, and then you realize
I'm admiring myself. I'm yeah, whatever. It is what it is. Go ahead. You guys continue.
This dude right here, boy.
Unmute him, Jeff. Let him.
I
had
a few libations before I got on the plane. So
God.
Yeah, the true live what?
Libations. What in the world? All right.
What is that?
He's in good spirits, we'll say.
Yeah.
Yes, there you go. That's a good one. I'm in good spirits.
Is that why your Uber driver was late?
Nah, she was just
late. Got lost?
She was just late.
She got lost? See?
She got late.
No, yeah, Travis didn't actually push confirm. He thought he did.
See, Jeff, this is the before the stuff that you don't hear about that we got to hear after the show with Jeff. Why his Lyft driver got lost.
The Lyft driver had nothing. The Lyft driver had nothing to do with it. Never mind. We'll talk about it after.
See, that's
wow.
what we get.
Oh man. Jesus. But there were some good fights on there. But yeah, John Cortolo had a great run. Alex Mencius fought like 5 fights, won 5 fights, and I think he lost his 6th one to make it to the finals. So he was just on that other end.
He fought 5 fights in open weight?
Yeah.
With only 22 people?
Yeah, I don't know. He
must have been the only person who didn't get the bye.
Yeah,
like,
that's
every
what I-
single
that's what I
round.
was
Like
told.
Jesus,
Yeah,
that's
he
a lot
got
of fights for 22 people.
right. So, let's see. I think Christian. I don't remember who Christian fought, but they had a good
Brian,
top
Christian,
guys.
Luis,
Brian,
Edgar Germany
Christian.
was there, Yosvar,
No,
Dwight,
Edgar was not there.
Cam. Edgar wasn't there for upper weight.
Edgar Germany was not there. No. So
Okay, I thought I saw. Oh, I thought that was him in the finals.
no, it's the young kid. What's the young kid that is on that team on Diamond? I can't remember his
Yosvar?
name. Yeah, Yosvar. He was there. That's what their team was. So, anyways, that's what it was. There was only 3 teams for team fighting, Dojo, and Legend, and Diamond. So, and I believe
Who fought Dojo?
I think Diamond did, because Legend probably was the seed. So
Who was on Dojo?
it was Cam. Why am I messing his name up right now? D-Stacks, and then I believe Dwight.
Yeah.
With them. Yeah. So that's
What's this thing you put in our group chat that said ATL versus Team FKN?
That was in TCT. That was at a different event this weekend.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
there's
We'll get there.
another-
We're not there yet. We'll get there.
All right, my bad.
So yeah, so that's what happened to that tournament. And then do we want to get just? I mean, not. I was there.
No, we'll go through it. Yeah, we'll go through it. John Cortolo won lightweight overall grands by beating Luis, Coca.
overtime.
Real quick before you go, Chris. Do we know who else won in those other lower divisions? I know we got Luis, we got John Cortolo. Do we
Yeah, I
who
know
won?
Yosvar won one of them.
Yep.
And I can't remember. I didn't see the other.
Okay.
The other.
I'll see if I can find it.
Should
And
be
Yeah,
on
you
the
guys
next
continue.
one.
The next one was Alex Mencius won that next weight class,
Light welter or no light middle.
and then Oscar
One middle.
Guzman won middle,
Then Brian won light heavy.
and Cam
and
won heavy.
Cam won heavy.
Yep.
And then Brian beat Cam apparently. And
Yep.
from a Jefferson, Brian, and then Coca beat
Alex.
and then Coca beat Brian for the heavyweight, which set up our virtual fight tour
Yes,
last
there we go.
man standing matchup, which was a 3-round fight, man. It was good.
Yeah, 3-round fight.
Watch- yeah.
It was late. It was late. It was like 11:15 at night or 11 o'clock. So it was a long event.
Yes, it was.
11:15
And Coca won
Saturday night.
over John
in Miami.
Cortolo. Yeah.
Y'all watching karate tournament fights?
Exactly.
Couldn't be me.
Yeah.
Unless I was in that fight.
Listen, I just finished doing my form, so yeah.
I mean,
like
I know I wasn't. I
well.
know where I was at. No, I wasn't watching anything like that.
Oh man. Anyways, congrats to Oscar Coca. Big weekend
Yes.
for him. He fought really good on all those.
Also on my fantasy team. So shout out to Jeff. Jeff, you beat Jackson.
Finally beat Jackson.
Somebody
man.
beat Jackson.
Beat Jackson.
And Skip won.
Yeah, Alex won. Alex finally won.
Who Alex beat?
Who did Alex beat?
Look
Look at the Krusty Krab. Look at the Krusty Krab up there on mute. Look at him.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. What are we talking about? Alex
Alex
beat-
gave you the business. That's what we talking about.
Alex gave who the business? I don't understand what
You.
you're talking about. And what? I don't recognize anything that's fantasy. I only recognize
Anything
reality.
that's fantasy. Oh, man.
I only recognize reality. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I don't
there
understand
you
what y'all talking about.
Man. He is on another level tonight, man. So this
He
dude.
sure is. He's a bad.
Oh.
Shut your mouth. Oh.
But yeah, those were good. Female side. So man, really Jimena,
I had a weekend.
swept it. She had a great
Everything.
but all of them were very tough, close matchups that went into either overtime or 1 or 2
Last
points.
minute. Yeah, but yeah.
She beat Victoria Austin for my team.
That was a
in
good fight.
overtime. That was a good fight.
Speaking of your team, what is your team called? Southland?
Heartland South.
I like to see Southland. Yeah, that's actually what I said we should be called. Southland. Heartland South. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
Is there a Heartland
yeah.
North?
What'd you say?
Is there a Heartland North?
No, there's not. There's just a Heartland. But yeah. Anyways, getting all confused. Victoria fought real well. That was a really good fight. I think it was it 6-5, I think, or 7-6, something like that.
7-6. I thought it was 7-6. Yeah, about 1.
So real good fight. Team fighting. Team Revolution won over Legend, which was Mouse and Beatrice. Is that her name? Right.
Yeah. Beatrice.
And that was another good fight as well. I mean,
Revolution was Peyton and Yamina, right?
Peyton and Yamina. And then the overall grands for women was Peyton and Yamina.
Yamina won that as
For
well.
the divisions, Beatrice won the middleweight. And then Peyton won the light middle.
Right.
And then the lightweight was Valerie from Guatemala, who is on
Diamond
Revolution as well.
Oh, she's on Revolution?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then who won? I'm sorry. Then Jimena won the super. Yeah. So solid weekend there. I'm trying to think. And then the open weight had about 9 people in it. And so, but yeah, so Jimena just killed it, apparently was sick as well. And just pulled out some good wins. So congrats to her.
Okay, so I am.
Why are you super confused?
Oh, okay. This is. Oh no, never mind. I see what happened here.
Okay.
No, because I had the results, but I was like, wait, this doesn't look right, because it had John Curatoro losing, but that was for 2021 for some reason. The 2022 one isn't up.
Oh, what on Juventus? Couldn't find it.
Yeah, I couldn't find it.
There must have been some divisions that they didn't close out.
Nah, here it is. No, because they had both of them up there. I got it.
Okay.
What's the one that we missed?
No, we got them all.
Except lightweight, we didn't.
Super lightweight, or John might have won super lightweight. I wonder Yalsfar won lightweight. So I would think it would have been Luis, and I don't know which one Luis would have fought, light welter or welter.
Oh, we're about to find out, because I have super lightweight was won by John Curatolo over Dwight.
Okay.
Lightweight was won by Yasfar over Daniel Muhammad.
Okay, that must have been the final. Yes, so.
Light welter was Luis Nunez over Brandon Taylor.
Okay.
All right.
And welterweight was won by Ronald Zabala over Angel, 11-7.
Yes, that's what it was. I forgot. Yep. All right.
And unless y'all want the rest of it.
Who beat Angel?
Ronald Zabala.
Ronald, yeah. I forgot about Ronald winning. But I saw him. I saw Luis. Yeah, Luis fight Ronald. That was the fight I saw. Okay. Got all a little confused on that one. But yeah, it was a good weekend, for fighting. Again, there was a lot of other events going on. South Carolina had the TCT, so ATL was there. Floyd's was there. So some fighters that normally would have gone down there were there. And then you had the Argentinian Cup, which, you had Kevin, Bailey, Hunter, Tobias, those guys. Ben Clark were down there. Yep. So, normally you would probably have Bailey or Kevin at Miami as well. So,
yep.
But overall, good event.
So Stacks didn't fight the division?
I don't know what's going on with that. Look that up. Do you see it on there?
Yeah, I don't see him. In the middleweight division, it was Alex Macias beat Barrios Rodriguez, I'm not sure where his first name starts. I guess it's Barrios Edwin Manuel Rodriguez. I'm guessing there. and he beat him 7-0. But that person beat Ethan Corey. Alex beat Christian.
Yeah.
And so,
That was the
but
fight
I
I
don't
saw.
see. Huh?
So wouldn't that be? I think he's isn't he the next one or no? No, I guess
Light heavy was Brian and William for first. William beat Joseph Brackett and Brian zipped Kevin Dang.
Then who won?
Light middle. It was just
light middle.
Oscar Guzman and Alexander Cazalios from Leclerc's. So yeah, I just was saying, like, I don't think Darren fought in the division.
He might have gotten hurt in open weight or teams.
Yeah.
So he was there, but
Okay.
I don't know. Actually, you know what? I didn't see him at all Saturday. I saw him Friday, but I didn't see him at all Saturday. So that's interesting. I don't know. But 30 plus, I believe. The senior one was Yoskar.
Yoskar won 30 and 40. And they won senior.
I don't know about females. I don't know about that. Who won the females? But
and what, 18 plus or 30 plus?
30 plus. We already did 18 plus.
All right, I'm going to go to 30 plus sparring for the women. All right, 30 plus sparring. Okay, women light. It was Christina Zalu.
Okay.
Yep.
Zaluki versus Andrea Mariquin. She won 1-0.
Yeah.
And then it was Melanie Strauss was in the division by herself. And so the overall grand was Christina Zaluki.
Yeah, her.
Zaluki versus Melanie Strauss, and Christina won 9-4.
All right. Melanie was trying to win all of them. Jeez. She won both of the forms and weapons too.
Oh,
for
nice.
30 plus. And then Sam won the weapons, and who was the other guy? Kevin
Kowalski
won
won
forms. The big thing on this man was BJ Brandon Taylor, who we had talked about, was in the fighting division for point sparring. He decided to go out and do forms, and he won the overall forms grand. First time he had done, first time he'd done forms in a while, right?
Yeah.
And really go out there and really try to do it. He's been focusing more on his fighting, and went out and won the overall grand, beating Dawson Holt, and beating who was the other Connor Chastain in the division. He was beating Rashad, all these guys. So he came out on fire, dude, like impressing everybody. So it was pretty cool to see.
What division did he win?
He's got
creative.
He can't go back and forth. He's got to decide.
What he's going
to do, and he's not allowed to pick.
Nah, fam.
Nah.
Don't let nobody tell you that, BJ.
Nah, you can't do that.
Fam. Yes, you can. Hey, you can win grands in a couple of different divisions.
No,
yes, he can.
not how it's
He
supposed to
can.
be.
What team is BJ on?
Velocity. He's also from Mark Canizato's school. Yeah, that's what the uniform was he wore, was his school uniform. And they did team demo and won that as well. So yeah, he had a great mix of tricks, clean technique, hitting beats. I believe he won the musical forms division. Yeah, that's what he won the musical forms. And he had some signature moves that were like Mark Canizato style moves. It was really cool, just a big mix of just, I think he could do this more and be someone to watch out for next year. So
yeah, well, Los Murphy gonna walk up on you and start cussing you out.
About what?
Because you said BJ gotta pick one. You can't be disrespecting his team like that, man.
Listen, you can't do fighting and do forms and be good at either one. Like, you got to decide which one you're gonna actually be good at and stick to that.
You can't do that.
You can't do both. Like, you know
no,
what I mean?
you can't be disrespecting him like that.
Allowed.
Can't be disrespecting him like that.
Huh?
You can't be disrespecting him like that. Murphy gonna slap you.
Oh God,
Murph, you gotta walk up on Los.
Me and Murph is cool. I'll explain it to Murph. I heard from the grapevine from Fox News Sports that you had to pick a division and you couldn't choose. You can't go back and forth.
Oh, you must be listening to Skip again. That's what it is.
Oh my God.
Well, that's what.
Listen, I am on the show, but this is not Wednesday. This is Monday. Okay?
That's what it is.
Oh
That's
man.
good. Oh, that's good stuff. But yeah, he did that, and then what for the women's? Haley won double grands again.
Yeah, she won both. And traditional was Cameron Klaus.
Yep.
So
Billy Viola's
and-
kid.
Yep.
What was
Again.
that?
He's
And
been
Billy
winning
Viola's
the
kid.
last couple tournaments, right?
He won his division at Diamonds, and then he won both divisions, the traditional challenge and the Japanese this tournament. So
Good for
Yep.
Cam.
so he's doing good, man.
Steadily improving. Yeah.
The weapons was Rashad for CMX, and then traditional weapons was Dawson Holt. So
I thought you said the BJ kid won everything though.
No, he won forms.
won
Overall
forms.
forms.
Okay,
won
now
CMX
I
forms
forgot
grands,
they,
and then
everything is
overall.
different. Like it's their own thing now, right?
yeah, it's all
Yeah.
different. Yeah.
And then sometimes they do like the last person standing for the overall of the best of the best of the bestest.
All right. So let me ask you this, Jeff. Since you were there, what were people complaining about?
No one's complaining about anything. What are you talking about? It's a karate tournament.
Everybody
Every
have respect and
tournament.
honor.
Listen,
It's always something people are complaining about. So I'm
I
just
think
curious
at this
what it
one,
is.
the biggest thing, and this is funny because I have 3 shows this week that I'm going to be talking about this tournament. So, but they, to me, I thought the organization as far as not having judges, not that the judges were bad. Well, okay, yeah, they were, but that wasn't the main thing. It wasn't like it was field and they had everyone set. They were pulling people from everywhere, to judge, to get things going. I just feel like some of these tournaments try to have way too many rings and don't have enough judges for that. It would just work better if you just had 11, 12 rings, not trying to do 25, or to even 20, and just focus on that. I think that was one of the issues. We still got done really early on Saturday. Pretty much all the black belt stuff was done by 2:00. Now there were some underbelt things still going on, but they also had, I don't know if that part of that was the, actually, no, that was on Sunday. So it might've been some continuous stuff or more underbelt stuff. Cause Sunday they had grappling and I think their American Kempo, tournament was on Sunday, but I didn't stay to see any of that. So I don't know. I was already at the airport by 4 a.m. So, but yeah, to me, that was the main thing, was just the inconsistency on that. One thing I'll say was not only do the judges a lot of times don't know the rules, but the competitors don't know the rules. And this was a forms thing that I saw.
It's hard to know the rules when every tournament is doing something different.
It's true. And I think the thing is the judges don't enforce the rules. And they also don't tell you what the rules are before. When you have a division like a traditional challenge where you're not supposed to kick above the chin and you're not supposed to have a certain amount of kias, and these kids have been competing all year long and they've never been told that, and they're just doing what it is in WKF or whatever, that's kind of a problem, So I was told to enforce the rules, so I deducted from like 5 kids in a division of 6 or 7.
So
Yeah.
all right, maybe I'm just a dumb fighter. So I'm just gonna ask this question: the traditional challenge, is that really only for Japanese and Okinawan styles?
Yes, it is. It
Okay.
is.
So why?
It is.
So what is the point of having that as opposed to just having the Japanese Okinawan division?
Because
It was an old thing.
the traditional challenge is like classical kata. You have to do a classical kata that's from a list of like real katas. You cannot do a bastardized version of a made-up form that you can do in the regular NASCAR. Yeah. You can't do those forms that don't have lineage in that division. And because in technical and NASCAR's Japanese division, you can make up a Japanese form as long as it's within the essence of Japanese karate.
Right. The issue now is that no one does that anymore. So
correct.
Really, people
Thank
do
goodness.
the same form in traditional challenge as they do in Japanese. So that's kind of what's the difference? The biggest
now
difference
there is not much, right?
The biggest difference to me is the judging is that, and it's honestly the best thing, is that they're judges in the corners. The judges in the corners, that's the best.
So,
and yeah.
At what point is something considered to have lineage? I mean, how many years? If somebody made something up in the 70s, then that's 40 something.
Yes.
Almost, that's almost
There are
50. That's
two-
50 something
Two new
years.
forms that are new forms.
So
there's
is
forms
that
that are like just added within the last 5 years that are now considered. Actually, technically, I don't think the list has been updated, but people are just doing the forms because it's okay in
They're
WKF.
allowed. Yep.
Yeah. So
so
I
the
know.
traditional are pretty much forms that you can do in WKF.
Yeah,
Yes.
pretty much. That's pretty
Okay.
much it. Yeah. But yeah, so there was a lot of kids that didn't know that there was a kick height rule. And
Can't
then
take
of
it by
course
the
it
shoulders.
wasn't. It was enforced in my ring, but it wasn't enforced in the adult ring because I know Gabrielle was competing at a traditional tournament the next day, and so her coach had been telling her, "This is how they do it in WKF. You can do the front kick as high as you want." So she tried it there. Good thing to her that the judges didn't go by the rules.
Follow the rules because it should have been.
They were being, deducted. So yeah, there's a lot of things like that that happen. So that was one of the things on there. And then again, the fighting out of bounds. The fighting out of bounds thing was probably the biggest complaint I hear from competitors over the weekend was that rule. Are you fighting in? Are you out? Are you pushing out? Are you fighting out? Were you just moving? Did you turn your head? Did you run away? It just seems like everyone has their own view of this,
That's the problem because earlier in the year we had all that squared away.
Right.
And now we don't have this.
So let me ask this: what did they do good?
As far I thought that, they had good competitors. They really were always trying to move. They weren't just sitting and just waiting. You know what I mean? So really there was some unorganization, but coordination wise, they ran on time and ran well, and, Manny and Alex were trying to get judges the whole time. They were working their butt off. They were doing things, so you got to give them up to that. For me, I wouldn't have put myself in that position. I would have had someone else do that job because you're going to get asked a bunch of other things. So, but, and then of course, Mr. Presley does a great job coordinating the tournament. So they had good staff there doing a good job. And then I believe the head scorekeeper, she's the promoter, one of the promoters of the new tournament, Cowboy Up, the new NASCAR tournament from Texas.
All right, let me ask this question. Maybe this is a silly question that this goes out to anybody who's listening to us. And I'm just going to ask this question. It always seems that when we go to these events, they're looking for judges.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it difficult to pre-arrange who is going to be judging in what ring prior to the day of the event?
It's not, is the answer. It's just time consuming and you'd have to put it as a priority. And I don't think that that's put as a priority.
But for
some tournaments, it's a huge priority. And that's why you see some tournaments have a ton of judges and have the quality and quantity. And then for other tournaments, it's not really that important. That's why, oh crap, we assumed people would be here and they're not.
Yeah. I honestly didn't see a consistent or quality overall ring until the finals. As far as like judges, that I felt like, well, where were they at this whole time? Like I thought in the finals, they picked good judges with it being Murphy and Mike Smith. And honestly, I like Dawn as a corner. I didn't think she did the best as a center, but I thought she did good as a corner. Those were mostly the main three for fighting. I think in the finals, there might've been one other they switched back and forth with, but I thought those guys did a good job for that. But a lot of times in the division in the ring, it wasn't like that. Like for open weight during the day, that Friday, it just wasn't the quality that we've had all year long in those divisions,
Hey, yo, Los, what's the score?
We're losing right now, so thank you for asking.
Y'all were up 14-7 when I walked in the house. So
yeah, now it's 17-14. What are you asking about?
I'm just kidding. I'm not watching, so I didn't know. I thought y'all were blowing them out. I mean, it's the Commanders. You know
No, we're not blowing them out yet.
No.
The who?
They just
The Commanders.
I can't, man. I
know.
can't,
I
man.
can't even.
I can't. I can't even say it.
Because I live in that. Well, I mean, that's like
Yeah.
really like my home team, sort of, right? So
Right.
Yeah.
it's just I can't even.
At all.
I would rather just stuck with the Washington football team, honestly.
Everybody complained about that when he's he's just trying to do like, well, I mean, now he's coming out with Commanders. But I mean, if he sells
sounds
it,
too much like soccer when they did that. Yeah.
sounds like he's gonna sell it soon. So we'll see.
Oh well. All right. What do we want to?
What else we got? We got
What else?
Argentina.
Yeah. So I don't know. Did you see much of that? I mean, I just saw little clips of from.
I just saw
Kevin's
clips and pics.
Instagram
Yeah,
story.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's how I
And
know
some,
what's going
some
on.
pictures from Tobias and his dad Chris, and so yeah, that's all I kind of caught too.
And I don't know if Tobias won, like
Yeah,
they won like one of the team things. The Argentina team beat
yeah.
the American team, but the
Yep.
American team had a Argentinian on it. I don't know. I don't know all the
They had
stuff.
I think like one day or one of the team events, it was like Bailey,
Argentina.
Tobias, and Kevin, and then the other one, Tobias fought with the Argentinians, and it was like Kevin, Bailey, and somebody else, and I don't know who the other one was. Maybe Ben, maybe Hunter.
No, but Ben and Hunter were on another team representing, I guess, Canada.
Oh,
But then each of them had another person. Like I don't know. I guess I think they do like a country versus country thing on the other day.
Oh, okay.
But
That makes more sense.
For people like me and Lowe's who have no idea what tournament you're talking about.
Argentina.
This is
Cup.
the Argentina Cup.
Lowe's,
It's in Argentina.
have you guys been to this tournament?
I was gonna try to go this year, but by the time I got to be able to make the commitment to it, the ticket prices were like Bristol ones, like $1,100-$1,200, and I couldn't swing that this time of the year, man. It's Christmas coming up, baby.
That's right.
Is it a Waco event?
No,
Now,
Okay.
no.
the Waco event they are having, I think, this week is in Brazil.
Yeah, that's the Pan Ams.
Yep, the Pan Ams,
Brazil.
and then the European Championships are also starting this week, right? Started this week.
I think they started yesterday or
Yeah,
today,
Mhm.
and then Pan Am starts tomorrow or something.
Yep.
So yeah, because the Spences are going. That's all I really know.
That's what I was going to say, Blake and Trent. Yep.
Yep. So the Argentina Cup looks cool. I've always heard it was a big event. I know
Looks
that
like a big event.
Justin Ortiz has won many times. He went there. I just was surprised it was this weekend because one year it was the same weekend as my tournament. So that was in April. And so it's kind of changed back and forth of what, like April,
Right.
November, that's a big change swing. So I don't know.
It's like a Battle of Atlanta swing right there.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Back to June.
But Bailey was there. They had some big seminars. Looked like a lot of people like taking the
A
seminar.
lot
like,
of people taking the
100
seminar.
people. Yeah, so it was really cool. And then Hunter and Ben being down there as well. So just a different group, some young boys that got to experience it. And then you had Kevin and Bailey. And I guess the way it looked like was, I don't know if Tobias beat Bailey in the open weight and then Kevin beat Tobias. I'm not sure. Or if it was grands or what, but Kevin won the overall, whatever their cup, the big cup.
Yep.
So I'm not sure of all the way it's set up or nothing. They don't.
No, we
use-
didn't get it. There wasn't a lot of coverage of it, so I
Yeah.
even trying to ask and text and be like, "Yo, what happened?"
Yeah, we'll get that. I'm sure maybe next
Tomorrow. I'll get it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll get it in like 2 hours. Kevin will be like, "Yo, bro, you on the show still?" Like, no, fam,
Yeah,
I'm not. Oh, let me tell you what happened. All right. What happened
So,
last week?
Chris, does that mean you'll jump on Inside Scoop on Wednesday and help Alex and Jeff out while talking about the Argentinian Open?
What is it called?
Argentinian Cup.
Argentinian.
Hey, yeah.
Argentinian. Hey, look, man. I told you I've been.
I am in high
Mute
spirits.
yourself, fool. Oh man. But also this weekend was the TCT, so that seemed like it was their first event. And they did double elimination from what I heard. So,
Yeah.
So,
What's
you know,
TTC? What's the TTC? What's that?
called the Competitors Tour. That's Brian Penna's league that he's put together. It was something that him and Corky Sykes did back in 2008, then stopped, and then now brought it back. So pretty much the same concept as NBL, actually exactly the same concept as NBL, but it was just more of a Southeast thing right now. And I think they have plans to expand it next year. So actually I heard that Troy beat Justice, but I'm not sure if that's true or not for the overall grand, Troy Robinson.
Yeah.
And then I think the FSK beat ATL. I don't know. I haven't.
No, ATL won.
ATL won? Okay. All right. ATL won that, which was Trey,
Jermond,
and
Willie.
Who?
Willie Marshall.
Yes, Willie Marshall. Okay, so that was that, and they beat
fought Troy, Justice, and Terry.
and Terry. Yeah. So there was that,
So
and
Jalen
then
didn't go.
who?
No.
Jalen Lazenby.
No,
didn't go.
he didn't.
No.
And then in women's, Brianna Tewitt was her first adult fight, and she beat Danny Allberger 6-4 for the overall grand. So was a good weekend for her to start that off. So
Yep, and Jermond won 35 plus grands.
yes, 35 plus grands was Jamana. So cool stuff. You know, there's a lot of events, you know, especially in that area, you know, for that to happen. I was kind of surprised that they put it on that weekend, but kind of not, you know. I do feel like those guys kind of are in their own world, so they don't really know what's going on at other events besides their own. So, you know, that's my only kind of thing with them is I think, and even the same thing. There was so much that chatter was going on with the Okada World too, because there were 2 or 3 big traditional karate tournaments this weekend too. So
one was down there in Miami, right?
yeah. So like Gabriella went and did traditional challenge at the NASCA tournament, then went over Saturday and competed at a traditional tournament, and then came back in time for finals. So, but yeah.
It's been an awesome weekend, man. That's pretty busy.
It was all right. Listen, it's not near the beach anymore, so that part is a little different. Yeah, I joked. All right, maybe I should say this on there, but I was expecting I go down.
Nah, save it for Inside Scoop.
It'll be fun.
Okay,
I'll save it again. I'll say it again. I was expecting it to be like Only the Strong, you know, all rough and kind of crazy, you know, and I didn't get mugged or robbed, you know, so I'm a little disappointed.
What, being down there?
Yeah. I'm just kidding. I really am not disappointed that I didn't
Nobody
get
that hates you, Jeff.
Nobody does.
Well, I'm not gonna say nobody.
It's
There
not
is
true.
somebody.
People that hate me. Yeah.
There is somebody.
Somebody, you said somebody.
I know somebody.
Dang. It's probably a different somebody. Or is it the
It
same?
might be. Probably the same.
It's Los, man. Look at him. He's all grumpy.
His
I'm
team
always
is losing.
grumpy.
Actually, he's hungry.
He's at home. He probably ate already.
I haven't. Yeah.
Right now.
I'm hungry.
I don't know how much longer we got.
Yeah, let's go.
I need to show some emotion right now. I'm trying to restrain myself from having
Oh
a
my
reaction.
gosh, they are.
Nobody asked you to look it up.
It's halftime. 20-14. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Dang, that is like what's that? 13 unanswered points. But y'all get in the second half. They're gonna fall apart. You know. You got this.
You think so?
Yeah, go 9-0, man. She's going 9-0.
I want to lose. I just don't want to lose to the Commanders.
Yeah, you can't lose.
Do you want to lose to the Cowboys on Christmas?
I think that's what if we don't lose tonight, I think we're gonna lose to the Cowboys and the Titans. Anybody that's got a good running game, and it might be the Giants too, because the Giants got Barkley.
Wait,
Yes.
you guys play the Giants
Twice.
Sunday?
Is it Sunday? Maybe. And then we play another team, and then we play them after. I mean, even the Packers play like how they played yesterday. We might be in trouble too. Why are we talking about this?
Well, it's CTE, man. It's what usually happens at the end of the show.
Exactly. We talk about things. Did y'all go see Wakanda Forever?
Not yet.
I did not. No.
Okay.
No, I got to the airport. I mean, at the hotel at 9 and had to wait in the lobby for 3 hours.
Jeff,
before
you
they
know
let
you
me-
don't have to explain to him why you haven't seen it yet, right?
Yeah.
Nope.
No, I know.
You don't have to explain that to him. Like,
Why?
don't make
I
him feel
just
like
asked, why are you
he
cutting
asked
off?
the question
Yeah,
and it's kinda like,
he just
I feel
wants
like
to
you
have
give
a
him the
regular
answer. You gotta give him
human
the answer for why you
interaction.
didn't see it yet. You ain't
He wants to have human interaction. That's all. Yeah, what's wrong with
you don't have to,
and
you don't have to give him, you don't have to explain nothing to him, Jeff.
no, he just said, he wanted to say why he hadn't seen it yet. That's all. There's
You were
nothing wrong with
traveling.
that.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah, that's a valid thing. Why haven't you seen it though, Los?
We're supposed to go see it tomorrow or this
Oh.
week sometime.
cool. Good stuff.
I said it too loud. My son heard me.
I mean, it's 3 hours, so I mean,
Is it?
budget your time.
Why are they making these action movies so long?
I don't know, but it is 3 hours, and I was, it could have been about 45 minutes shorter. Definitely could have been,
Okay.
but it's not a bad flick. It's pretty good. So
I haven't seen a lot of reviews. Like, people like usually be like, "Oh, Wakanda." Like when Black Adam came out, I heard like Black Adam was good. Like when we saw it, we thought it was good too. I haven't seen the same type of energy behind it.
I'm going to say because it is not your normal Marvel lighthearted movie. It is not, but it's also not like dark and gloomy.
Well,
it's
good.
just intense. You just
Good.
like the acting that they did in this movie is really good, and so you just feel the weight of the movie. When you see it, you'll understand what I'm saying. But because everybody's dealing with
Stop.
Chadwick not being there,
Right.
so it's kind of heavy, but it's not like, oh, woe is me. It's just
No.
an intense movie. So
Well, that sounds good because
no,
honestly,
it's good.
I was about to lose hope in Marvel after Love and Thunder. So
It's not like that
No.
crap. It's not like
was the
it's
other one?
actually it's probably out of phase 4, depending on how much you liked No Way Home.
Yeah.
You can say either one of these two are the best ones out of this
Okay.
phase 4, which is admittedly it's a low bar, but is what it is.
Yeah, no Way Home wasn't bad. Doctor Strange was too much. But yeah.
Most just like
Y'all didn't rock with Doctor Strange?
I didn't particularly care for it. I thought they missed on it.
I didn't see it.
I thought it was. It was okay, but I thought they missed the mark.
Yeah, they missed on it. I gotten tired of them being so playful in all of the movies. They're too playful. They've gotten too playful with it, and it's like, okay, bring it back to where y'all were originally when it was kind of realistic in the sense that it's not like Civil War. Like, hey, look, y'all been dropping bombs on people, the cities, and everything like that. Now y'all got to get under control. Like the
Right.
thought process of it is more realistic than, even though it's not. But then they get into these little playful things, and it's just not the same. So
Yeah. All right.
I'll let you guys wrap up the show since I ain't started.
All right, Seawalk.
Yeah, I guess. So we appreciate y'all listening. Make sure you keep an eye out for a virtual fight tour and all things VFT. Listen to Fist Kicks and Flicks.
Patreon.
We are on Patreon. We got extra stuff. Inside Scoop. And we out.
Peace.
We ain't got no music, so we rocking.